All right, welcome back. Now, after many years of arguments and debates, President Muhammadu Buhari has finally heeded the call of many Nigerians who have been demanding proper recognition for the late politician Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola. MKO Abiola, as is popularly known, was the presumed winner of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, which has been widely acclaimed to be Nigeria's freest and fairest poll. The result of that election was, however, not officially announced, as it was annulled by the then military ruler, General Ibrahim Babangida. Abiola was later arrested by the next military regime headed by General Sani Abacha and died in detention on July 7, 1998. Since then, there have been calls for a national honor now and recognition for the late politician and the recognition of June 12 as Nigeria's Democracy Day. All the governments in the country before now turned a deaf ear to those calls until President Buhari's shock declaration last week. On the evening of June 6, 2018, President Buhari shocked the nation when he announced that Nigeria's Democracy Day will now be celebrated on June the 12th in honor of the late politician. He did not stop there. He also conferred national honors on Abiola, his vice presidential candidate at the time, Babagana Kingibe, and legal icon Gani Fawemi. Abiola was conferred with the posthumous honor of the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, GCFR, the highest honor in the land reserved for president and former presidents. Kingibe and the late Fawemi were awarded the honor of Grand Commander of the Niger, GCON. Now, the decision has generated mixed reaction among Nigerians, with many advocates praising the president. The Abiola and Gani Fawemi families have also confirmed their acceptance of the award. The Nigerian Senate has also asked the president to go a step further by asking the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to announce the result of the 1993 presidential election, declaring Abiola and his running mate Babagana Kingibe president and vice president respectively. They also want Buhari to approve the entitlements due to them. But on his part, Buhari on his part now has asked the Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, to gazette the orders, which will be made official on June 12, 2018. The democracy date change will also take effect on June 12, 2019. This is one news most Nigerians never saw coming. Let's now take a listen to one of those who have been campaigning vigorously for the recognition of MKO Abiola for over 25 years. Joe Odumakin.
For over 25 years, since the annulment of the freest, fairest, and most peaceful election, we've been at the forefront advocating for the actualization of June 12. Again, for June 12 to be declared as Democracy Day. It's long overdue. Since 1999, May 29 has been marked as Democracy Day, which we resisted. But the good news is that 25 years down the line, at the eve of the of the 25th anniversary, on June 12 will be 25th anniversary, the federal government has declared June 12 as Democracy Day. It's belated, it's a welcome development, but it's a good omen. And one want to salute the courage of the federal government in declaring such. Why have we been at the forefront resisting May 29? It's because June 12 remains the freest, fairest, and the most peaceful election. June 12 was a watershed. June 12 addressed the national question. Nigerians put aside primordial interests and voted overwhelmingly for a Muslim ticket. Nigerians have never been united as they did during the June 12. So there is no way in which, in the annals of our historical struggle in Nigeria, that June 12 will not keep revolving. Unfortunately, we lost the man and the mandate. We lost MKO Abiola and the June 12 mandate. But the good news is that the declaration has served as a soothing balm But we want the federal government to please take a step further, conferring the highest honor of the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, GCFR, to MKO Abiola, is conferred on past presidents and head of states. We want that government should demonstrate more political will in recognizing MKO Abiola, the winner of the freest, fairest, and most peaceful election, should be recognized as a past president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right, joining me now to discuss this surprise development further is Debo Adeniran, who is the chairman of the Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership. Thank you very much for coming on the program, sir.
Thank you for
first,
inviting
give me your own impression of this shocking news, so to speak.
Well, yes, shocking news because we didn't expect that a Buhari, administration or a Buhari as the president will actually summon up that level of courage to recognize MKO Abiola.
Because the announcement just came out of the
and
news.
the announcement just came out. But it was not totally unexpected because over the years, especially when the present administration came on board, pressure has mounted on several actors in the administration. You remember that the vice president himself is a product of June 12 agitation. I mean, he was part and parcel of it. Bola Tinubu was part and parcel of June 12 agitation. As a matter of fact, his own days in agitation preceded the Babangida days. And when, during that diarchy, Bola Tinubu actually stood firm and wanted the legislature to continue, even at the demise of that regime. Then, when you look at other people like Kayode Fayemi, Babafemi Ojudu, all of these people are in the executive through which pressures are being mounted on the administration that, look, if you don't do it during this first term of office, you may not have another opportunity. And I think, of course, they didn't tell us. It's like they didn't themselves know that that will be actualized before the president personally signed, the announcement that Abiola's, June 12 has been recognized as the official Democracy Day, and that Abiola has been recognized as the winner of that election. I don't bother yourself about presumed winner or not presumed winner. What we are sure is that in 2012, Humphrey Nwosu, 2012 or thereabout, came out
to announce the results
that
when he launched his book.
Actually won. Abiola actually won that election when he launched his book. That is enough announcement. But before then, even in 1993, Humphrey Nwosu, I bet not officially, released the full report, result of that election to the leadership of Campaign for Democracy. And the leadership of Campaign for Democracy actually published it. So it isn't something that is new or that is not known. It's just that people who ought to have championed the cause of actualization of that event, and who actually benefited from the annulment of that election, wanted to undermine the sanctity of that mandate that was given to Abiola, and they wanted to downplay the status of watershed electoral process in Nigeria. And that is the reason why they didn't want to do it. And some of them, out of petty jealousy, just believe that, look, somebody should not outshine us. Because even in death, Chief MKO Abiola is outshining many of his contemporaries. Remember, because of the murder of Abiola, that was why Babangida chose a Shonekon to head the interim national government.
And that's exactly what brought
which was declared illegal. Then follow up to that, in order to actually pacify the Southwesterners and maybe those who came from the same area like Abiola, and Obasanjo was pitched
But
against
unfortunately,
Olufala.
Obasanjo never supported it.
Of course, we
never
didn't support
supported- he never
Obasanjo because
supported June 12 as well.
we knew that he didn't play any credible role to make Abiola win that election, nor to make the actualization of that electoral victory possible. He actually disparaged it. He derided it. He used all sorts of languages that could send somebody into attacking anything that had to be Obasanjo.
Let me ask you this. We've seen reactions, mixed reactions now, especially, for instance, we've seen the PDP describing it as a desperate attempt by the president to win next year's election. We've had people who have said, well, this is political, that it's basically to win the Southwest.
We actually told all of the administrations that have come from PDP, starting from Obasanjo, that, look, we know that you cannot bring Abiola back, but you can immortalize him by ensuring that he's declared a former president that never ruled. Okay, because he died, he couldn't have been able to rule. And because Obasanjo of course, he has made the disparaging statement that Abiola will not be a messiah. Remember also in the days of Awolowo, it is the same Obasanjo who said that the best candidate might not win, and the best candidate didn't win. So these are the kind of killjoy kind of role that Obasanjo know how to play. And that's what has been played. That is why he didn't declare it. Then when Yar'Adua came, unfortunately it didn't live long, maybe Yar'Adua, because Yar'Adua gave us some listening here. Okay, we reached him through, I can't remember the name of the doctor, directly, and he invited some of the leaders, MKO and a few others, that, okay, they could come and discuss it. Eventually, we were unable to end that before that fellow, the former president died. Now, came in Jonathan. Actually, I wonder what happened. His assistant, the one who died from South,
Oronto Douglas.
Oronto Douglas. We sat down, we discussed, and he gave a promise that Jonathan will declare Abiola as the winner of that election, and that is going to give him the honors. But somehow, Oronto fell sick and couldn't actualize it.
Let's quickly take a short break, and when we come back, we'll just round up this discussion. We'll take a short break now, and we'll be right back. On DEJI 360, we don't just ask the questions. What is wrong with amending the Constitution the way the National Assembly members have been doing it? We seek answers.
Constitution is constituent.
Our problem is not lack of laws. Our problem is lack of the willpower to implement our laws.
Answers that provide clarity.
While we negotiate, we should try to make it a point that the girls must be complete.
The clarity you need to make informed judgment so that you can make the right decision and take action. People are saying it is you politicians that are responsible for this, that you are the reason why this is happening.
All these dollars that call themselves governors in this country.
I wish we had people like Tony at the National Assembly.
God forbid that I go to join that ballot.
DEJI 360, providing clarity to issues. All right, welcome back. I still have Deba Adeniro, who is the chairman of the Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership with us here, and we're talking about, of course, the honor conferred on the late MKO Abiola. Now, the president declared June 12 Democracy Day, and Abiola to be conferred with the honor of GCFR, yes, and then you also have Babagana Kingibe and then Gani Fawe.
That's right.
I mean, June 12 Democracy Day, which means we're going to move away from May 29th.
That's right.
How does that go down for you, with you?
Well, I should tell you this. I differ from the position, the mainstream position by many Nigerians. And this difference didn't start today. It started as far back as that 1993 because I was one of the founders of Campaign for Democracy. As a matter of fact, I was the first interim or pro tem secretary to Campaign for Democracy. I ceded it to Chima Ubani, and when we have a bigger structure, when MKO, who was my boss, became the president. So before 1993 election, we didn't like the role Abiola was playing. Although we fell in love with the reparations drive that is taken across the world. We also love it when it became the pillar of sports in Africa. But if you knew what happened in 1989, he was seen as agent of CIA. He was seen as agent of imperialism. And he was seen as the conduit pipe through which successive military intervention in governance has been successful. Well, the rest is history. Now, he decided to
run for election.
No, to change all of that. He actually met with a few of our leaders, Orefa Lomo, Bekora Sokuti, Ganifa Emi, Baba Omajola, Anthony Nahoro. He met with them that, look, all of this thing you are thinking about me, it's not actually. He explained. I think Femi Falana was part of that explanation and all that. So we agreed that, okay, let's a million flowers bloom. But before then, Babangida has banned several political associations that will have transmuted into political parties from going ahead with their plans. Banned several politicians who are
basically set up two political parties.
And set up which are
for you not democratic.
They are not democratic. It is not for me.
It should have been an
open forum. Then, of course, when you pitch an Abiola with an obscure Tofa, you just see that even when there is level playing field, the players are not equally kitted. One was better kitted than the other. Then the open secret ballot system option A4 was also not so democratic, because you are going to see everybody on that queue, and you are going to know where their loyalty
lies. Yeah.
Lies. Abiola was a philanthropist. He cut across every strata of the federation. So everybody knew him, and he had won the election even before he started. We love it. Now that he has won the election, CD now came in that, look, even if it was a rat that won that election, he deserved to enjoy the benefit of that win. That was the reason why CD now came up. When Abiola left Nigeria, he lost confidence in SDP elements. Babangida Kingibe, who was his deputy, who was his running mate, has chickened out.
Of course.
He denounced even that mandate, that it never existed. But we have the mandate. Ganiwa Emi had to take the result of that election to Abiola in London, I think. Okay? Before Abiola agreed to come back. But he was asking upon which platform will he operate if he got to Nigeria. He could not trust those in SDP anymore. That was what led to Nadeko. We now look at credible people, fairly elderly, in whom Abiola will repose certain level of confidence. That was how Nadeko was put together. Ayo Padokun was almost the youngest among them, okay? And several other, foot soldiers that are not in the forefront of that. So Beko was part of it. Dr. Frederick Fashion was part of it. Several of them like that. So that was why Abiola agreed to come back. And because of the agitation of CD and several other civil society organizations.
Bottom line, you think Democracy Day should not be June 12th?
So the thing that I want, my own opinion as personal opinion, and maybe position of Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership is that it's better label, Mashood Abiola Day. Okay, MKO Abiola Day,
Like you have
just
Martin-
like
Martin
you
Luther
have
King's Day.
Martin Luther King's, day, so that we will know that it was the day Abiola, kind of braved all the odds. He braved all the odds to win an election across all political
Okay.
and ethnic
I
and all
understand you
those primordial lines. He actually, based on the outcome of that election, he committed what we call class suicide. He decided to pitch his tent with the poor, with the masses of Nigeria, who don't have special powers or special influence.
Because when
So
you say Democracy Day, it's just
so
like
when you say
omnibus.
Democracy Day, as if that is the day that everybody recognize the fact that a democratic process is already on the ground. Even the killing of Abiola has damaged the, whatever benefit, democratic benefit that day could have brought. So everything. But Abiola standing firm and insisting on actualizing that mandate, threw him up as a champion of the people.
I understand
and
you.
every political beneficiary of that activity is today. Every contestant is a every political office holder. That's what I mean.
Is a
Is a beneficiary of that June 12, action that Abiola took upon himself to commit his life to.
Very quickly before I end, before I close, for Gani Fahimi, what would you say about
Oh
that?
no, Gani Fahimi deserved any honor that could come his way, because he had, apart from paying the supreme sacrifice, he had been sacrificing his life instrumentally when he was alive. Even when he knew that he had health challenges and the call of the people came up, he would still go out and ensure that he participated or motivated people. He spent his money. He used his legal, knowledge, to bring into consciousness of people everything that both the military and civilian accomplices were doing wrong in those days. And that was the reason, that was the eye-opener that made the rest of us enjoy participating in activism, in socio-political activism that we were immersed in. So basically, it was a good thing that it happened, even when it is posthumously. We would have preferred it if it happened before then. But those that had been governing us before then would never like Gani Fahimi to be so honored.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you very much for coming on the program, and we really appreciate your contributions. We'll take a short break now, and we'll continue this discussion. Stay with us. On DEJI 360, we don't just ask the questions. What is wrong with amending the Constitution the way the National Assembly members have been doing it? We seek answers.
Constitution is constituent.
Our problem is not lack of laws. Our problem is lack of the willpower to implement our laws.
Answers that provide clarity.
While we negotiate, we should try to make it a point that the girls must be complete.
The clarity you need to make informed judgment so that you can make the right decision and take action. People are saying it is you politicians that are responsible for this, that you are the reason why this is happening.
All these dollars that call themselves governors in this country.
I wish we had people like Tony at the National Assembly.
God forbid that I go to join that band.
DEJI 360, providing clarity to issues.